the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. The flight's purpose is to remember all those who served in the predecessor of the Royal Air Force, the Royal Flying Corps, in conflict from 1914 up until the present day. The flight's motto is "Lest we forget," and we keep these priceless aircraft flying. You could say we should put them in a glass box, put them in a museum, but we keep them flying as a living memory to those who served. Special treat here today for RIAT. Both these aircraft are currently sporting the colours of squadrons that actually flew and fought in the Battle of Britain. Currently flying the aircraft, B-7 the Spitfire, is Squadron Leader Mark Discum, and the Hurricane is Wing Commander Stu Smiley. I think it's entirely fitting on this, the 75th anniversary of the Air Cadets, that both these aircraft are being flown by ex-Air Cadets. I think it's reasonable to say that out there are a few Air Cadets who will end up flying Typhoons and F-35s in 10, 15 years' time. I think it's possible there's one or two Air Cadets out there who might be flying this Spitfire and this Hurricane in about 20 years' time. So thoroughly enjoying himself is Disco. Disco's no stranger to the airshow circuit. He was the 1994 Tucano display pilot. Disco is now the Deputy Chief Flying Instructor for elementary flying training. So as I said in the intro, P7, a Mark II Spitfire, she actually fought in the Battle of Britain. She was damaged in the wing and in the elevator. And to this day, there's a small riveted patch in the top of the left elevator where a 20mm cannon shell punched through in summer 1940. So P7 was repaired after the damage, went back into service and fought on until 1941. She then joined some training squadrons and was eventually sold as scrap for £25. So with a scrap value for aluminium, you would have thought she'd have been turned into baked bean tins, but in actual fact the scrap dealer realised what he had and he turned around and he gifted P7 to the Royal Air Force Museum. She was restored to a flying condition for the film The Battle of Britain, and I think it's this aircraft that Michael Caine can be seen taxiing along in. What we do is every time we have a major plus service, we repaint the aircraft. This means that we can celebrate a particular squadron or a particular ace. P7 is currently in the colours of 41 Squadron. They're celebrating their 100th centenary. And there's a Typhoon currently in a static park with 100 Squadron colours on. 41 Squadron is now a test and evaluation squadron. P7 is sporting the colours of Pilot Officer Eric Locke, who was the highest scoring ace of the Battle of Britain with 26.5 kills. Locke carried on fighting until 1941 when he was doing a strafing mission over France, and his aircraft with a bit of blue sky, a bit of white. From the left, the Spitfire. From the right, the Hurricane. The Hurricane LF, it's Mark 2C, is currently being flown by the current OC Ops of RAF Coningsby, Wing Commander Stu Smiley. Some say he's flown an F3 Tornado tour and an F-15C tour, and he wants to be a real fighter pilot. All we know is he's called the Stu. Again, a Polish link. This actual aircraft was the last Hurricane to enter service with the Royal Air Force. She flew in 1944 with a Polish squadron flying out of Drem in Scotland. Unusually, after the war, she wasn't scrapped, and she was actually kept on charge by the Royal Air Force. As with P7, she was restored into flying condition for the film The Battle of Britain, and the actor Trevor Howard was filmed sitting in LF. In 1991, LF suffered oil starvation to the engine and had to crash land at RAF Wittering. In the crash landing, she caught fire, the pilot broke his ankle, and he was able to sprint away from the fireball. She's currently wearing the colours of No. 1 Squadron, flown by Sergeant Arthur Clowes. You can probably see the wasp motif that Arthur Clowes painted himself on the nose. Clowes was an ace before he even got to the Battle of Britain. He fought in the Battle of France. He was interviewed at the time, and the journalist said he was a real tough guy. You could tell that he wouldn't take it. Clowes led a flight of 6 Hurricanes against 50 bombers, escorted by 100 fighters. With his pugnacious attitude, Clowes survived the Battle of Britain. He went on to fight again 1941, a death tour 1942, he fought in Libya in 1943, and then he went to a party at an officers' mess at Uxbridge, where he lost an eye. That must have been some party.